This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
Today we have Rennie Curran. He is a former professional athlete, NFL player, keynote speaker, author, and the CEO of Game Changer Coaching. Rennie, thanks for spending a few minutes with us today.
Man, thanks for having me. It's an honor.
I love that you're doing this, and I wish that you had been around when I was going through a tough transition too, because I was leaving the music industry, and I similarly, when someone would say, "What do you do?" I didn't know how to introduce myself. I loved my identity. And I was sitting with a group of men last month, and I had them raise their hands if they were happy from a 7 to a 10 in their lives, and every one of them that was a 7 to 10 or higher was because of their job, and those that were unsatisfied was because they weren't happy with their job. And that just had me re-exploring, what does our identity look like? How can we shift that, or what does it look like in major transitions so that we don't fall into some of the pitfalls you described of addiction or some of the other things that are easy to go to self-medicate, so that we don't have to kind of do the tough work that you did. I love that you're doing the tough work. I love that you're sharing it. On that note, you talk about leveraging gifts and resources, and you kind of talked about that in a minute, but dig into that a little bit more. What does that mean to go and inventory, and then whether you're a student, an athlete, an entrepreneur, business professional, life can beat you down. How do you do that inventory, and what does that look like?
Yeah, man, that's a great question. I think so many times, like with our daily jobs and even being in the position of an athlete or entertainer, like your wins are defined by that finished product in terms of like the money that you receive, the numbers in terms of how many people are watching you, or how many people recognize you, or how many times you're promoted. And a lot of times when you do that, you totally disregard and miss out on the true value of like the skills that you're really building. And when it came to football, like of course, for me playing linebacker, it was about how many tackles I made per game. It was about can I get to this second contract? Can I play in the NFL for 10 years? And then from there is, can I make it to Hall of Fame? Like, it is a never-ending rat race when you're looking at the external. But internally, there's so many intangible assets that I gained. Like, when I looked at it, I'm just like, man, I've learned the ability to bounce back from adversity. I've learned the ability to have self-discipline, teamwork, being able to work with others. I mean, being able to even like, I didn't even think about this till maybe 3 years ago, but as a linebacker, like, we would break down statistics and tendencies of every team that we played. And that's to me, business intelligence all day. So just thinking about peeling back the layers and really uncovering your experience and seeing like the true values that you have that can translate to other industries is huge. And so many people don't do that. So they walk away from their job, or they walk away from their business feeling like, man, I didn't gain anything, this business failed, when in reality, like, you have all these skills and these gifts now to where you can have literally 5 streams of revenue if you just sat down and really mapped it out. So that's something that I did for myself that really made me just flip the script and made me realize that I'm not down. Like, I'm actually in an amazing position right now.